January 1945. The Baltic Sea lies cold and endless, swallowing the horizon. Europe is dying in winter. The war's final storm devours everything in its path. The Red Army surges westward. The Third Reich begins to crumble. Millions flee the front, dragging their lives across frozen ground.
At the docks, chaos and hope mix in the freezing air.
The cruise liner Wilhelm Gustloff waits, once built for luxury, now burdened by desperation.
10,000 souls climb aboard, searching for one last escape.
They call it Operation Hannibal, the greatest sea evacuation in history.
From Oost Prussia to the German mainland, a thin line of hope crosses a frozen sea.
Beneath the frost, hearts cling to the promise of survival.
Darkness falls across the Baltic, but the sea is not empty. Deep below, the Soviet submarine S-13 stalks its prey.
Commander Alexander Marinesko watches from the dark, patient and unseen.
Two ships, two worlds, draw closer in the silence of winter. The ship strains beneath the weight of humanity.
Every corridor becomes a shelter. Every heartbeat whispers of home.
Among them are cadets, barely old enough to fight, dreaming of survival.
Deep below deck, engines push against the ice and wind.
The Baltic answers with a sound like grinding teeth. In the depths, the hunter draws near. Above them, silence and stars. Below, steel and shadows.
The commander marks the hour. The prey is within reach. Three torpedoes wait in their tubes, patient as sharks.
A single spark against the dark ocean marks the beginning of tragedy. The hunter glides beneath the ice, waiting for the moment to strike. Time stretches thin between life and death.
Fire.
Steel and fire surge forward through the deep.
Three shapes cut through silence toward 10,000 souls.
The sea holds its breath once more. The first strike tears through the forward quarters.
The second finds the swimming pool filled with off-duty sailors.
Third rips through the ship's heart, and silence becomes screams.
Panic surges through the decks as freezing water climbs.
Hope dissolves into chaos.
The lifeboats are sealed by ice, their ropes turned to stone.
The captain fights to keep her upright,
but the sea has decided.
The ship begins to roll, dragging thousands downward. She leans into her grave, beneath the freezing stars.
The steel gives way, releasing a thunder of despair.
Hundreds plunge into the black, their screams lost to wind and wave.
The sea takes more than it can hold.
Memories scatter like ash beneath the surface.
In 4 to 5 minutes, 9,000 lives are gone.
The Baltic becomes a graveyard.
Those who live face the slow death of cold.
German patrol boats search the dark, finding only silence.
Few are saved, none are unscarred.
Morning reveals a sea littered with ghosts. The wreck settles 45 meters below, sealed in silence.
In the deep, the attackers hear victory and remain still.
One line of ink records the deadliest torpedo strike in history.
The report travels homeward, stripped of faces and tears.
The world scarcely notices. The war drowns the story. Germany itself lies in ruins, mourning lost worlds on land and sea. Decades later, divers find her resting in cold silence.
These images become the only survivors of memory.
Each year, the Baltic remembers what men tried to forget.
The name endures beneath the waves, heavy with sorrow.
The man behind the attack fades into obscurity.
His victory is recorded, but rarely celebrated. History struggles to measure guilt beneath layers of war.
For the victims, there were no headlines, only silence.
Over 2 million escaped by sea, yet thousands never reached shore. Survivors carried the memory into a broken nation.
Some still keep fragments of that night as proof they lived.
The sea guards their story, untouched by time. The site is declared a war grave, a tomb of 10,000. A vessel built for joy ends as a monument to tragedy.
The waters appear peaceful, but the deep remembers.
History whispers through the cold currents below.
Countless ships sank in war, yet none carried so many dreams.
Beneath the Baltic, their story drifts forever in silence.